tonight we're down here by the beautiful Truckee River, and I am with a true coffee expert, Tim Curry of Wood Fire Roasted Coffee, and we're going to do something unique, something we've never done here on the Plush Life before. We're actually going to talk about coffee rituals, and apparently there's like a whole thing about this.
Yeah, there is. Actually, there's a lot of cultures in the world, Ethiopia, in many of the Arabic worlds, where the ritual of coffee is very important within their culture. But what I'd like to talk about today is your individual coffee ritual.
Because it's a personal thing.
Oh, coffee is. Yeah. Flavor. Yeah, that's what coffee is. It's all about the flavor, and that is very individual, very personal.
Yeah.
I myself, as a coffee roaster and in the coffee industry for 15 years, I still have where I do a weekly coffee ritual for myself.
For yourself?
For myself.
And is it just like a relaxing ritual? Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty much just mindfully preparing and experiencing coffee.
Okay, so give us a little overview of what a ritual might look like, and then tell us what your personal ritual is to give people an idea of what they might incorporate.
Well, a coffee ritual should have just some certain elements, and that is very mindfully preparing, choosing your coffee, preparing your coffee, how you heat the water, how you grind the coffee, how you taste the coffee, and how you experience the whole process all the way through your cup.
And some people do this alone in their home, and other people do it socially. Like people would do a wine tasting or a beer tasting or a food and wine pairing. This can be like a social event.
Oh, absolutely. Getting your friends together, or just husband and wife or what have you, and just talking about the process and what you're tasting, what you're experiencing in the cup, because it is very individual. So if you and I were to sit down and do a coffee ritual, your experience would be different than mine, and our conversation could help each of us understand and expand on our individual knowledge of the coffee and of tasting.
And what we're tasting at that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so give us an idea of what your personal ritual is, because you are the expert on coffee after all, so we could probably learn from you.
Well, mine has kind of evolved over many years. I start with, it's about a 40-year-old Zassenhaus Mocha hand grinder.
Of course you do. Who has one of those?
I do.
That's classic.
And I select my coffee, or whatever strikes my fancy that day. I have a whole bunch to choose from.
And
it
smells fantastic.
The reason for, I'm just going to pour some of these in here and all over the table.
That's okay.
And show you, and Jennifer, I'll have you do this as well. Okay. But you just grind the coffee. It's very tactile.
Wow.
You can feel
why
the
is this
beans.
different than just using an electric grinder? Because you have more experience? Oh, because I have to experience it to know. Oh, it does turn. Oh, yeah.
You can feel the beans grinding.
Yeah.
So you are becoming part of the process.
I love that.
The next
it's so
thing.
old-fashioned.
The next thing.
Oh, look at that.
Is the aroma. When you grind the coffee, it releases aroma right away, and that's part of the process. You're experiencing the dry ground.
That smells a lot stronger than the beans did.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from that point, I'll be heating my water and getting it to the precise 200-degree temperature that I want for brewing. And I will portion the coffee very specifically by weight. And then I use a combination infusion and filter brew system. So the coffee, the ground coffee will go into the filter. Then we will add water into the filter and let it steep. When it's done steeping, then this device sits on the cup and the water is released, or the
this
brewed
goes on
coffee.
top of the coffee cup.
Yes. After it steeps, then you put it on top of the coffee cup, and that releases the brewed coffee and filters it into the cup.
Where does one get one of those?
Oh, you can get those from me. I
You
sell
sell
those.
those at
I
your
sell those
place?
in my shop, yes.
Oh, I have to have one.
So
I love that.
from that point, it becomes about the tasting. And tasting is you smell the coffee because the flavor is mostly aromatic. You feel the coffee, how the viscosity, the temperature, everything that has to do with the coffee, you just feel it in your mouth.
And the taste of the coffee changes as it cools.
As it cools,
So you
it
go
just
through
changes.
this and you change the different flavors as it gets cooler and
you
cooler.
just mindfully drink your coffee, and as it cools, you note the differences, and you sit, relax, and enjoy. Me, I take 3 or 4 sips and enjoy the coffee, and then I'll open my book, I'll put on some music, and I'll sit, I'll read, I'll think about my coffee, I'll read a book, and listen to some music.
I think it's a great social activity too. If you have family over or friends over after dinner, or it's just, some people take 2 or 3 hours to do this. I've been told.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. How do people come to your place and kind of do this with you? Because I know you'll do demonstrations for people, and I want everyone to know that they can come to your place and kind of learn how to do this with you, or they can give you a call. You're happy to help people out.
Oh, absolutely. You can read about this on my blog. On my website at woodfireroasted.com.
Okay.
You can also give me a call at my shop. You'll find my phone number there on the website, and just give a call and we'll set up an appointment to come down, and we'll go through a demonstration of what a coffee ritual looks like, and we'll just help expand this, because this coffee ritual, if you do it with a group of people, it is just so much fun.
Great. Okay, so I highly recommend you go do a demonstration. Obviously, Tim is the expert, and if you're not drinking his coffee at your house, you should be. I certainly am drinking his coffee at our house. So thank you so much for coming and sharing more expertise about coffee and how to just really enjoy it.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.